Well, man. Florida does it again. Second consecutive upset for the Gators, man. Ole Miss effectively done out of the college football playoff with this loss, man. I tell you what, man, the Florida Gators is playing some really good football right now. I see why they kept Billy Napier. If you're the Florida staff, the administration, you gotta like what you've seen out of this Gator squad in the last few weeks. Obviously, I know they got pummeled by Texas, but being LSU, then now beating Ole Miss at home. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, Gator Country, tough place to play, man. You've seen it today. Outstanding job defensively. Now, I know, obviously, they outgained them 460-plus yards to like 3-something. But they made the plays when they needed to, man, and it was creating pressure all day long on Jackson Dart, man. So you got to give credit to head coach Billy Napier having this team ready to go, man. And I'm going to tell y'all what, I'm going to go ahead and make a bold take. All right. I'm telling y'all, Florida is the sleeper next year, man. Now, they play one of the toughest schedules in NCAA football this year, without a doubt, man, 100%. But going forward with what this team can do, and you're seeing the progression of a DJ Lagway, who I said I think is the next star in the sport. And I don't mince my words. I really mean that. 10 for 17 today, 180 yards, had 2 touchdowns and 1 interceptions. But you're seeing the signs of what he can do on the gridiron. Him hitting the throws, big play guy. The completion percentage, I think, will get better and better as he continues to train and learn the game and get more familiar with the system. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to have the keys to the car. Now, I know they just flipped Tramel Jones from Florida State to Florida, but it's going to be DJ Lagway's team for quite a while, unless he feels different. But you like what you're seeing out of him, right? You're liking what you're seeing out of the running game, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. But Florida is playing some really good football. Now, their class is not the best when coming to 2025. Only 26th, I think 13th ranked in the SEC according to On3. So they're going to have to figure that part out. Maybe you'll see some flips potentially for Florida as the recruiting cycle kind of comes down to an end in the early signing day. We will see there. But you have to like what this team is doing. Probably will hit some portal guys as well. But Florida ain't nothing to mess with, man. Officially bowl eligible after this win. 6-5 on the season. And they're showing that they got a backbone. Now, if you Jackson Dart, which we'll hit on first for Ole Miss, you got to be sick in this one. Now, the problem is, though, they have not had a running game in the last few weeks, right? It's only 71 yards, and a lot of it came from Dart. You got to get more production out of the running game. I know that this is a great passing team, but look, man, 141 yards, 4 yards a carry. You got to get more out of Micah Davis, Dominique Thomas. Like, they're going to have to figure that part out. And this is not the best recruiting class either for Ole Miss. So they're going to have to figure that out probably in the portal and add a guy that could be a difference maker. I think Parrish has been out with injury recently, the Miami transfer, but they're going to have to figure that part out. But you like what you got at your receiving core. Now, Trey Harris went down, I believe, with an injury in this game, had the 1 touchdown, the 43-yard catch. Caden Lee showed you that he could be a dependable, reliable target. What he can do in catching the ball, 6 catches, 94 yards and a touchdown. Also got Jordan Walker's 8 catches, 70 yards. So you like what you can do there as far as that, but you need more out of your running game. Now for Jackson Dart, threw the ball, obviously with a lot of yards, man, but first multi-interception game, man, I think in the last 2 seasons. So it just comes with the big games. I don't know. Like, Dart is like hit or miss, man. Like, he did great against Georgia, or had a pretty good game against Georgia, but then this one, he wasn't the best. And you got to take care of the football, man. Like, Florida won this turnover ratio 3-1. Like, you just cannot have that. Your guys got to be ready to go. And you got to protect the football, man. If anything you do at the quarterback spot, you could be struggling in the game, but long as you're protecting that football, you know what I'm saying, you feel pretty good. Now, I know, obviously, he's a big play guy, but that worries you a little bit about him. Just, the big games, turn over the football. And you know he knew it because he what he did at the end and the frustration and everything seeping through. But Dart just has to be better. And like I said, 8-3, you're done. You're not making the college football playoff with 3 losses. Unless you're a storied program like a Bama or Georgia, hate to tell you, man, it's just not happening. And like I said, as you guys can see, I talked about the great game from Lagway. But what I like with this team, they can run the football. Now, look. 3.6 yards per carry is nothing to sneeze at. But look what they're getting consistently from Montrell Johnson. 107 yards and a touchdown. Then they got this true freshman, Jaden Ball, who's going to come back. Had 46 yards in this game, right? Had some big plays when they asked him to. 17-yard was his long in this game. So those are the keys, man. And like I said, I think they have the stuff to come back. Ball coming back. DJ Lagway, they got in that camaraderie and things like that, right? You like what you're getting out of Elijah Badger, who had a pretty good game, 5 catches, 87 yards and a touchdown. Like, you seeing the remnants of this team figuring it out late in the season. And that's what you want to see, a team that's trending in the right way. They're going to have a faster start, as we've been saying for years with Florida. But as far as what they're trending and what they're doing at home, these are good telltale signs, man. And that's the reason why they wanted to bring Napier back. So all they got to do now, hit the transfer portal, try to flip some of these guys. And you like what Florida is building currently. All right, and if you look at the statistics also for Ole Miss, man, a tough game, right? 3 for 14 on third down, man. That is rough. You know what I'm saying? That Florida defense was vaunted all day long. It was creating pressure, hits. I mean, that's what you want to see. And at points in this game, he felt a little rattled. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. Good coverage for the most part. Like I said, they outgained him 464 to 344. But when it mattered most, right up in here, 3 for 14. That one red zone possession, he had to kick the field goal. That mattered as well, man. So that's what you got to do if you're going to knock off an opponent. And look at the difference in third down conversion rate. 7 for 15, nearly 50% compared to under or close to 20, 30% for them. That is huge, man. So you got to give credit to that Florida defense. And Bryce Thornton, have a darn game. My Lord. 14 tackles, five solos, 2 picks, the game-sealing interception. Yo. He looked elite in this game, man. Shout out to him. Charquez Bridges, 11 tackles, 8 solos in this one. He was phenomenal. Look at this right here. In this game alone, right? Caleb Banks, 2.5 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss. Look at all these sacks, y'all. I mean, look at all these tackles for loss. Absolutely killed them on that. Nearly 4.5 sacks, or 5 sacks, I should say, close to, for this Florida defense, man. Shout out to Sertan Perkins, who also led the tackles for Ole Miss. Want to give him a shout out. But a great win, great effort, man. Good job by that Florida defense for the most part, holding them to 17 points, 3 for 14 on third down. And Florida is trending in the right direction. And they are bowl eligible. Yeah, the Gators ain't playing no games, man. So shout out to them. Ole Miss, that's probably it for your season. Going to be a big shakeup with obviously Indiana losing. Now you got Ole Miss. It's going to be interesting to see what the committee does on Tuesday. Y'all know I will have full reaction to that. But Gator fans, y'all should be excited. Definitely moving in the right direction. Next season, see how your schedule plays out. But you can't ask for nothing better.